Hey everyone, this is Adam Muselli from the MindTech Institute. Our websites are themindtechinstitute.com and mti.edu.au. Okay, still people are joining us, and welcome again, everyone, to this Introducing Neuro Linguistic Programming NLP Training webinar. This is going to be an exciting webinar for everyone who wants to learn NLP and for anyone who wants to take their life and career to a whole new level. The skills you will gain from this program can be used in business, in sales, in marketing, in negotiation, in therapy, in education, the media, or anywhere communication is required. Of course, also for anything is related to health, wealth, well-being, relationships, and anything that is related to success. So this amazing course is way more than what is going to be covered in this webinar. Obviously, Neuro-Linguistic Programming is really a big course. So it doesn't matter how much I try to cover in this webinar. I'm not going to be even scratching the surface of it. But we'll try to cover as much as we can. And if you stay till the end, I'm going to give really, there is an amazing surprise at the end. This is all I can say for now. So stay till the end and make sure to witness this amazing surprise. Still people are trying to join in. Okay, first let me introduce you to this webinar and how it will work. I'm going to be sharing information with you about our Neuro Linguistic Programming NLP training that we offer to introduce to you the skills and the tools that you and anyone can use. Also, I want to apologize in advance. Maybe if you've seen my other seminars, my other webinars, I have my setting here. So my apologies about my eyes are going to be all over the place. I've got my notes here. I've got the camera lens there. I've got the camera screen there. That's why my eyes always shift on this side with no, I don't even mean to. And then I've got the most important screen right in front of me here, which is the live feed. This is what makes me sure that everything is working. The audio, the video, and everything is working. So I really apologize. I'm going to do my best to keep my eyes locked on the lens there, but in a creepy way, but I have to also, make sure that everything is working. So now I think it's time to start now. And for those who join us late, you can always watch this webinar from the beginning. It will be uploaded. I don't know when, but it will be uploaded on our website, themindtechinstitute.com. And if you have any problem finding the link or opening this webinar, you can always email us. The email is info@themindtechinstitute.com. I'll make sure to include it somewhere here on the screen. So thank you all for your interest in our NLP training. NLP is amazing for you if you are in business, in marketing, in sales, and any kind of therapy. If you just want to learn NLP, also NLP is an amazing asset that you can also have with our branch of NLP courses. And I will explain why I said courses, not course. You'll be learning some powerful new skills, and you would wish that you have learned NLP a long time ago. So before I start, again, like any other webinar, seminar, lecture, workshop, one thing you would notice that I am a human and I'm not perfect. You're also a human, and you're not perfect. Nothing is really perfect. This webinar is not gonna be perfect at all. And the whole world is not perfect. Nothing is really perfect. So you're gonna feel safe and you're gonna feel comfortable. You're gonna feel right at home. And because nothing is perfect, so why don't we enjoy this journey? And let's make it worth it. Okay, so the NLP, this is why I'm going to explain the courses, not course, when I mentioned NLP. So the NLP training is based on two levels, NLP Practitioner and NLP Master Practitioner. So here at the MindTech Institute, because I would say 99% of people, they used to enroll in the NLP Practitioner training, and then they enroll in the NLP Master Practitioner training. So I felt that it's not fair to charge them, the same amount. And some people, asked us also, can we include both of them together and can we get a special offer? And then I said, why not? We want this knowledge to spread and be everywhere. So we combined the NLP Practitioner and NLP Master Practitioner together in one course, and we called it NLP 2-in-1. So you will get the NLP Practitioner and Master Practitioner at the same time, and most likely probably the same cost as one level, and sometimes even less. So I don't see any reason why you only, want to enroll in one. However, if you want to enroll only in Practitioner or Master Practitioner, it's your choice. But we made sure that my conscience is clear, and I am happy with that. So we combine both of them, NLP Practitioner and NLP Master Practitioner, both of them in one. So from now on, every time I mention NLP Training or NLP Program, I mean NLP Practitioner and Master Practitioner 2-in-1, both of them in one bundle package. And our branch of NLP is one of the most advanced and up-to-date NLP certification program that you can find anywhere. And I am very confident saying that our NLP training is based on general psychology, business psychology, social and behavioral science, and hypnosis. So yes, to all our hypnosis fan, NLP, our NLP Neuro-Linguistic Programming certification program does include hypnosis. Yes, of course, it's not the same hypnosis that you learn from the hypnosis practitioner and master practitioner, but it's based on hypnosis. So you're gonna learn lots of covert hypnotic conversational techniques. It's amazing, and it's very powerful too. So we've got really a lot to cover, and I'm gonna make sure that we're not gonna go over an hour with this, because so we have so much to cover. So I'm gonna go briefly on everything without compromising the content and the experience of this webinar. So who or why or who would enroll in this training program? This program will help you to transform yourself easily and fast and permanently. Really, this will help you to custom design yourself into who you want to become. And that means you have the opportunity right now to design a life as you want it and live it. Live that life on your own terms. Design a life and live your life on your own terms, and I will show you how. You see, not everyone enrolls in this powerful NLP program wants to become a life coach or wants to become a consultant. This program is for everyone. If you're in business, if you're in management, in sales, in marketing, in education, therapy, fitness, coaching, consulting, if you work in the media, if you work in a radio station or a podcast or YouTube, or even if you're just parents, this program is for everyone, and the results that everyone gets is magical, and you'll see why. Now, just allow me 1 second. So here's some of our graduates who completed this course. These are who they are. And don't expect me to mention names or brands because you know how much we value privacy. We value privacy so much, so we don't have permission, or we never discussed it with the people that I'm not going to mention their names, but their profession, to say their names. So some of our graduates are high-paid life coaches. Some of our graduates of this specific program, and I'm going to mention now only the professional who wanted to take this as a professional, as a profession. Lots of people are not, they're in business, they have their own business, they're just parents, they wanted to study NLP for personal or spiritual development, not just as a career development. But what I'm going to mention now are people who took this course, enrolled in this course, studied it, completed it, got certified, and then started this. So they became high-paid life coaches. Also, they became high-paid counselors. And one of our graduates, she works with celebrities as a counselor. So here you go. The sky is the limit. Really, the sky is the limit. And if you learn NLP, you would know exactly what I mean. So we also have famous YouTubers. These YouTubers, they just wanted to learn how to advance their communication skills. And they found out that Neuro Linguistic Programming is one of the best programs you can take to become a master of communication, or to master the art of communication. We also have podcasters, communication, podcast, and we have several famous podcasters also are graduates of the MindTech Institute, and specifically of this NLP program. We have world-class motivational speakers. They are more graduates of the Master Life Coaching program, which also includes Neuro Linguistic Programming. But those motivational speakers that I'm talking about, they're not that jump and adrenaline and dancing type of motivational events. No, these motivational events are professional. They provide practical applications that work. We're not talking about adrenaline-based motivational events here. We're talking about, those motivational events, you go there and then you start dancing for 5-6 days or whatever, whatever title they come up with, creating your life or whatever. This is different. That type of motivational events, yes, you get hyped up and you go into those events and you think you can, you're invincible. But a couple of days later, all these events are adrenaline based. So a couple of days later, you go home and then the adrenaline starts to wear off. So what's going to happen? Your serotonin, your endorphins, they start to drop down. And then guess how you're going to feel? You're going to feel down. You're going to feel depressed. Why? Because you couldn't do whatever they said you could do. And achieving goals not necessarily needs only adrenaline. You need practical applications that leads you there. And that's the life coaching that we're talking about. And this is the motivational speakers that we're talking about. Those motivational speakers are not there to hype you up. Those motivational speakers, supposedly, they take you under their wing and then later they become your mentors. So we have several of our graduates who studied the Master Life Coaching program that includes NLP are also well known, and they are world-class motivational speakers. We have business and business coaches and consultants. Also, we have many successful consultants, business consultants in their fields. And lately, we have really several very, very successful consultants who are graduates in the Middle East. So shout out to them. They know exactly who they are, and really well done for what you have done. We've got also family therapists. Probably the majority of who enrolls in this life management training who want to become a therapist, they are family therapists. They became family therapists. And we have successful family therapists who are working with different schools and different organizations through their own practice. So they're not employed by them. They have their own business and they have really good contracts with them. So also well done to what they have achieved. And we really feel proud of that because our pride is the success of our graduates. This is really, it makes us proud of them before we feel proud of what we do. We feel proud of them. This transformational process, it makes us, this means the world to us, and we want you to be part of it. So we have family therapists, we have trainers as business and education trainers. And also we have world-class mentors. Right now, as we speak, we have 5 world-class mentors. They mentor multi-million-dollar organizations or businesses. Very, very successful, and we're really proud of all our graduates. We are proud of everyone. So, again, that was some of them, and let us first explain briefly what NLP is. And okay, so NLP it stands for Neuro Linguistic Programming. Neuro Linguistic Programming. There is another NLP that is natural language processing. It's very important and it's very interesting. I like it, but it's not related to us. It's not related to Neuro Linguistic Programming. Natural language processing is simply how artificial intelligence or AI give computers the ability to understand text and spoken words similar to how we do it. Like, for example, I think Alexa and Siri is a great example. So you're talking to Siri, but in the background, that coding in the background, this is what is natural language processing. So our NLP could be similar as an idea, but not related to computer science. So one day, if you're searching online NLP and then you came up with some coding and computer science, that's not us. So you better say, or you better include in your search words, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Oh, this is us, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. So what is Neuro-Linguistic Programming stands for? Neuro stands for neurons. And it's related to the neurons and neurology as the nervous system, but not just the brain. It's every single set of neurons that you use. Neurology is what's creating our emotions. It's from our neurology, and we'll elaborate on that in a moment. Linguistic is from language. Linguistic, lingua in Latin is tongue. Language is the spoken language. However, programming, or both linguistic and programming, are everything we say, everything we touch, everything we taste, everything we smell, everything that creates a chemical reaction, and from this chemical reaction comes our behavior, our emotions, and our thoughts. So we're really utilizing the neurology of how a person is creating and enhancing their experience. Now, just in case if general information, our thoughts are electrochemicals in our brain. So when we say creating a chemical reaction, it means creating the initiative thought that it passes through neuropaths. And I don't want to get really technical here, but even in the course, we don't get that technical. We get technical, but in a very, very interesting way. But I don't want to just butcher the language because of the element of time. But what I'm trying to say here, both language and programming are related to how we perceive the external events or external information to be filtered in our brain. And I will get into that in just a moment. So the language and linguistic determines how we communicate, not only with ourselves, but also with others. And interestingly, it's directly connected to our to our verbal and non-verbal language, which describes our lives and how we live and how we have our experiences, which in return, it comes from our 5 senses of how we see, how we hear, how we feel, how we smell, how we taste. And obviously, and I said it before in different programs, that we have more than 5 senses. And yes, they are active, and yes, they are working. But for the sake of this webinar and for the sake of this program, we're only going to talk about the 5 senses. So linguistic is more than just the words that we use. Linguistic is also the verbal and the non-verbal communication. And a lot of times it's what people say non-verbally that speaks louder than words. Body language. Body language. So it's when, let's say, for example, when you see someone and you see someone is sitting like this, face down, and then you look at that person and you can tell you can tell a lot about that person. You can tell about their mood. You can tell a lot about that person. And if you're good at it, which you will, when you complete this NLP training, you'll be able to read people. You'll be to psychoanalyze people, to know what they're doing in their head and how their life is going. And if you're really good at it, then this is what it's called, mind read. We'll get to that later. So this is what NLP is. And because words are the only way that people can capture how they experience their life, so the linguistic is a huge part of NLP, and the programming is dealing with not just the programs that we run in our lives or the patterns. The patterns are the programs, by the way. And I will explain that in a moment. Very, very interesting and very powerful stuff. So the programs are what make us do. Let's say, for example, how we wake up in the morning, how we have a pattern or a program for everything we do. A lot of times the mind and our program run on autopilot very, very unconsciously. And we have a program or a pattern for everything we do, how we fall in love, how we motivate ourselves, how we wake up, how we buy stuff, how we demotivate, and how we procrastinate, and how we absolutely do everything. All these are patterns, all these are programs, or later we're gonna call them strategies. So utilizing NLP we can understand how these programs are created, and we can enhance them. So if I know how my program for motivation is run, then I can utilize that pattern or that program, and I can motivate myself every single time, if this is what I need to do. If I have a certain way that I stress, then I can find a way how I do that so I can do something different. I can model someone, which is the next step of reprogramming. I can model someone else's patterns or programs to do what they do. Why? Because if that person is successful in any way, let's consider wealth. Okay, so if that person is wealthy, I don't have to know the person personally, but I can, if I know of that person, or if I read about that person, or I know anything about that person, I can download those programs he or she has, the program they have that made them wealthy, and I can install them in myself, and I can do the same things. I can become the same as what they do to become wealthy. Now, before you get too excited about this has to be done properly. Because if it's not done properly, it means you might download, let's call it download and install. You download from that person, you install in you. So you might download some bad habits or bad behaviors of that person, and unintentionally they will be installed in you. So you start behaving or you start acting like that person. So if that person is not a good person, then you don't want that habits to be in your life. That's why the way we teach how to do modeling through our branch of Neuro Linguistic Programming NLP is the safest and the most effective way. So now we know that NLP is understanding how the language of the mind creates and affects the patterns and the programs that we use in our lives. So again, briefly, let's take a look on the NLP Communication Model. And really, I'll make it brief, but you cannot pass NLP without looking at the NLP Communication Model. And now you have the opportunity to learn how things work in your mind. We're going to do it briefly, but we're going to keep it as interesting as we can and as brief as we can, because really I'm trying not to go over an hour with this webinar. Okay, so let's get to it. So I'll put this on your screen. So the NLP Communication Model. Now, don't worry about all these. I'm going to explain everything to you. You see this white arrow there? It's called external event. So this is the external event that you are getting, and I'll give you a scenario. And you see here underneath it, there is something called VAKOG. V stands for visual, which is seeing. A stands for auditory, which is hearing. K stands for kinesthetic, which is feeling. O stands for olfactory, which is smelling. And G stands for gustatory, which is tasting. So these are technically our five senses. Again, we have more than five senses and they are active. But for the sake of this program, let's stick on this. Now, you have those five senses and you have an external event. So the external event will be carried on one or more of those five senses. It will be carried through them to your mind. And now you see here in the mind, you've got filters on the top, there on the top in a bold font, white, you've got filters, and then you've got delete, distort, or generalize. Under there, you've got time, space, meta, energy, language, memories, decisions, meta programs, values, beliefs, and attitudes. Okay, so those are filters. Sometimes an external event, it goes into more than one filter, and sometimes it goes in one filter. After that, it will be carried to something called internal representation, which is your internal representation system. Your external representational system is your five senses. Your internal representation system is a way to process the information after they have been filtered to be carried to a state. I'll give you a scenario you understand more. And then physiology leading to the last step, which is behavior. Okay, let's get a scenario so it will be easier to understand. Let's say there is an external event, which is two people are arguing. You saw two people are arguing. You're standing in somewhere, and then you saw two people are arguing, they're shouting, they're swearing, and maybe there is some physical, pushing or something. So now that's the external event. The external event is those two people are fighting or arguing. Your senses, obviously, more than in that scenario, you have more than one sense that experiences this. So you experience this through your visual sense because you saw them, your auditory sense because you heard them shouting, swearing, screaming, whatever. And then probably, maybe also kinesthetic. Maybe you felt something, maybe someone threw something on someone and then it hit you by mistake, anything. So I'm just trying to get all these senses active at the moment, so the scenario will be amplified. And also you've got olfactory, maybe someone threw, let's say, a bottle of something and then it broke and then you smelt the drink. I don't really know why I'm giving this violent example, but anyway, it's a good example. We can include everything in it. I hope that you have a peaceful day and nothing of that sort you would ever experience. But hey, that's life. So, gustatory, I don't know, maybe someone got punched and then they tasted their own blood. I have no clue. But anyway, so these are the 5 senses. Okay, in an event like that, maybe you get only the visual, auditory, and gustatory. No smelling of drink or tasting of blood. So now you've got these external events. Let's consider have been carried through 3 senses. Visual, seeing, you saw the event, you heard the swearing and the screaming, and kinesthetic, you also felt something. Felt maybe even personally, maybe you got scared, maybe you got anxious, maybe you got worked up, something, okay? Maybe, I don't know, you got excited. So that external event, the 2 people are arguing, carried by VAK, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and went inside those filters. Now, your mind is gonna delete, distort, and generalize, or generalize, and or generalize. So let's consider, for example, for the sake of that scenario, let's consider you saw those 2 people fighting and then carried through your 5 senses, through 3 senses, let's say, and then went to memories. Okay, so that event you saw, external event, 2 people are fighting, it went through the memories filter. Maybe you remembered someone, same altercation like this, and it led to physical, punch up or whatever. And then it brought back those memories. Maybe it's not personal, but maybe you also saw it somewhere. Maybe you saw it in a movie, maybe something. So it went through the memories filter. That memories filter, it got carried to the internal representational system to be processed into a state. And that state, now you are in the state from that event. Now you're in a state, probably you're tensed. Your muscles are tensed, which led now to physiology, because you feel your muscles are tensed. You feel you worked up from inside. Now a state, maybe you feel angry. Maybe you feel you want to do something about it. Maybe you felt, I don't know, a good Samaritan. You felt something. And it was sort of getting in your physiology. Maybe you tensed up. Maybe you got ready. Maybe you stood up. That's the physiology leading to behavior. The physiology will lead to behavior. That behavior in this scenario could be fight or flight. In this scenario. Or it could be just being neutral. Like, I don't care. And I'm just gonna be a bystander, for example. So you either get involved, that's the fight, get involved, push them away from each other, or take side, or you can also, flight. You can just leave the scene and run away. There is no right and wrong here. It depends on the situation. So eventually, all communication is filtered in the same way, and it happens in every single moment an event happens. And you know that saying that people say you learn something new every day. Well, you do. There is a good chance that you're probably not going to be able to write everything down, all the experiences and everything down that you learned during the day, but unconsciously, your conscious or your subconscious mind stores everything in it. And as we teach in our hypnosis training, that your subconscious mind is like a biological hard drive. Everything, I mean everything, everything from the womb to the tomb, everything is stored in your subconscious mind. And through hypnosis, of course, there is a way how to get information from the subconscious mind. So an external event happens and we, or our mind, automatically filters that information based on what we call representational system. So, or how we perceive the world. How we perceive the world through the external events. So our meta programs, you saw there is something called meta programs. Our meta programs, just an NLP word for some of the filters that you have if you're looking for the big picture or the small picture. Some people are good, in collecting information, details, and some people, they don't care about the small details. They just want the big picture. Just tell me what happens. I don't care about the details. Just tell me what happens. This is part of the meta programs that we have in our mind. And in NLP, as you see now, that I'm working or I'm using a language that it can fit both. So the big picture wouldn't complain, "Hey, come on, man, just give me the give me the gist." And the detailed people will not say, "He's not explaining anything." So that's why it's part of NLP. Also, you learn how to work and how to talk using a universal pattern of style of speaking. So the details of if you are in a feeling mode, if you are in an emotional mode, also this is part of the meta program filters. If you are in a thinking mode, also this is part of your meta programs filter, because small details and big details are also feeling and thinking. So they are our personality. Actually, they are our personality traits, or the detailed part of who we are, as well as some of the filters. And of course, we have the values and our beliefs and the memories and the history, as you saw in the image. And then we distort, we delete, and we generalize this information. So we make it fit in what we call, especially in NLP, what we call our model of the world. Our model of the world. So our own personal model of the world, it differs from a person to another. So it's different for everyone. So everyone watching this webinar, everyone listening to my voice, and we have too many different models of the world here, because each person of us is perceiving the information and filtering the information differently based on where you are at, who you are, what time it is of the day that you are listening to this webinar or watching this webinar, what you're looking for, what you're searching for, who are you interested in, what you're interested in, and everything. There are, after that event, they are filtered. We distort them, delete them, generalize all the information that you're getting through the external event, which is me now, example, the webinar. And then we do that to make it make sense in our world, in our model of the world. So NLP is the communication. So that was the NLP communication model in a nutshell. And I'm going to try to cover everything. So of course, NLP communication model is way, way deeper than that. But I try to simplify it and make it simple to understand. But during the course, you will learn everything about that in a very detailed and very, very interesting and fun way. So why NLP is an amazing asset for you? NLP provides you with not only an effective technique for personal and career development, but also it provides you with a robust philosophy of life. That's another thing. We have some people, they enroll in our NLP program because they're seeking some spiritual journey, an inner spiritual journey. And NLP helps a lot. Why? Because once you learn more about what is going on in your mind and how things are working in your mind, you automatically become aware of your behavior and actions. And in return, you have more self-awareness. So, yes, we also have a few meditation trainers, meditation coaches. They enrolled in our NLP, and later they enrolled in the Master Life Coaching program. So NLP also builds our confidence, completely improves our communication, and provides a great insight into many situations in life. And it's very powerful for rapport building as well as in influence. Excuse me. If you're not familiar with what rapport is when you build rapport, it's the bond you're building with another person. And as we teach in hypnosis, you can't really hypnotize someone if you don't have rapport with that someone. Now, of course, you can hypnotize people without seeing them or without being in front of them, but there are techniques, and I don't want to get into the Manchurian Candidate, and I don't want to get into those details, but rapport building is very, very important, especially for influence and to be able to communicate with people effectively. And you will learn rapport building in a very, very beautiful and elegant way here in this training. So also here are some of the benefits of what you can get out of this NLP training for yourself and others. I'm not going to go through all of them, but of course, there are a lot. And again, there is more than 100 subjects in this course. So really, I cannot mention the 100 subjects here. It will take us a lifetime. That's why it's, when we do the workshop, it's about 9 days workshop. So first, it will create clarity on your vision and purpose and values. NLP, yes, it does create. It's one of the best ways to create clarity. And I always say that if you come to me and you ask me which way do I go, I'll tell you it depends where you're going. If you say I don't know where I'm going, I'll tell you, then take any way you want. Take any path you want. Take any road you want. I don't know who originally said that. That's not me originally. I think it's Alice in Wonderland. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think. But it makes sense. If you don't know where you're going, how are you going to know that you reach your destination? In NLP, we focus so much on clarity. And of course, when you have more clarity, you have more purpose in your life, and in return, you will add more value in your life. Also, NLP, it helps you to overcome your limiting beliefs. There are lots of techniques in NLP that can wipe out a limiting belief or a bad behavior that you don't want. Now, let me just get something clear here. Limiting beliefs. Beliefs, I don't mean religious beliefs. Religious beliefs are part of your belief system. Politics is part of your belief system. Your whatever you believe in socially, theologically, whatever is part of your belief system. Your beliefs are different. Your beliefs they create your behaviors. So that belief or those beliefs, most of them are not even yours. Most of them are passed down to you, either from your parents, from the environment, from school, from magazines that you read, 40 years ago. social media, from everywhere, those beliefs are passed on to you through things. And of course, some of them you have developed and they evolved with you. So with NLP, there are some techniques really can eliminate your beliefs, but at the same time, sometimes we don't get rid of them. Why? Because sometimes we use them as resources, and we'll get to that later. Also, it will help you to have more self-confidence, of course, because NLP, it will build you that unshakable self-confidence through the advanced communication that you will learn, and of course through the extensive amount of knowledge you would have about how people behave and what people do in their head when they talk, when you're talking to them, or how they behave. You will know all that through a segment, a really, really powerful segment in the NLP Master Practitioner course, which is included in this program, is called Values. And if you have done the 8 Rules of Human Nature and Development course with us, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. Values, how powerful they are. And once you know how people think and why they behave and why they do what they do and why you're doing what you're doing, and you know how all these information are being processed in your mind, and the advanced communication skills that you are going to learn, what happens is you will gain automatically more self-confidence. More self-confidence equal more charisma. We'll get to that later. Also, it will strengthen your leadership capabilities, because again, the 8 Rules of Human Nature and Development, once you know everything about human nature and how their characters and why they behave in such a way, of course, you'll be able to lead them. I don't want to go into more details, but let me give you an example. For example, we have something called Value 3. Value 3 is that violent person, is that bully who, is that kid that used to take the lunch from other kids. Once you know how that person behaves and why behaving like that, it will also teach you how to communicate with that person effectively, how to manage that person. So once you know that, then obviously you'll be able to lead more effectively. And this is one character out of many, which is the Value 3. So yes, it is a great way to learn how to manage people more effectively. And obviously you'll be able to also manage difficult people, as I mentioned. You'll be able to develop new strategies for problem solving. Again, strategies, we emphasize a lot about strategies. Strategies are what make you, or they are the formula or the recipe of what you do. For example, when you buy things based on your buying strategies. I will get into that in a moment. When you fall in love, you fall in love based on a certain strategy. When you eat, when you do anything is based on strategy. So once you know the strategies, you can also reprogram that strategy, and it helps you to solve problems more effectively. You can create more freedom and choice over your life, because you sort of manage your whole life through your actions and behavior. And once you know all that, you'll be able to create a better mindset with things, because you'll be able to understand and see the world from a different perspective. You'll be also able to break behavioral patterns. We break them, as I explained before, and sometimes we leave them to keep them as resources. And we have something in NLP we call, for example, this is a behavior that you don't want. Let's say this is anxiety. This is anxiety here. And here, what's the opposite of anxiety? You choose, for example, anxiety, here, confidence. So what we do, we can flip that. So you have now the confidence here and you have the anxiety there. We can get rid of it if we want, but we leave it there as resource. Why? Because we need the learnings from this. We don't want to get rid of it. We use it as resources. Remember, we have something powerful in NLP we call utilization. So we use the learnings from this. It will be totally disconnected. We use the learnings from this because we don't have to do the same mistake. We don't have to go through the same mistakes. And people, why would you do the same thing and expect different results? You're not going to get different results. So we keep the learnings from the experiences from the anxiety, and then we use it for the self-confidence here. If it's self-confidence, we use it for the self-confidence as resources. And that's how we break, this is how we reprogram patterns. And of course, you develop stronger and healthier relationships. Those relationships, once you understand how people behave and once you master the art of communication, why wouldn't you have a strong relationship, whether at work or at home or with your siblings or friends or anyone? You'll be able to improve your communication skills. That's what NLP is. Improving your coaching skills. Once you understand how you solve problems and how you can correct or reprogram behaviors, of course, you'll be able to coach people and help them to do that too. You can deal with unexpected situations in life. Again, once you see everything clearer, then you start thinking outside the box, because most of the time, 99% of times that you have a problem, you're not gonna find the solution in the same box. The solution is also always outside the box. And this is what NLP will teach you. You'll be able to understand capabilities, strategies, mindset of successful people. And that leads to modeling, as we teach in our NLP program. You also improve team organizational performance, of course, through what we explained before, values and the 8 rules of human nature and development. And you also achieve greater success in negotiation and sales. Negotiation and sales is textbook in NLP. If you are a master of communication, you would be able to sell, you'll be able to negotiate anything. Why this is important, why you need to learn negotiation, even if you don't want to become, a consultant, even if you don't want to become a life coach or an NLP practitioner or master practitioner or whatever. Negotiations, the simplest example I can give you for negotiations, let's say, for example, if you're working at an organization, how would you negotiate your raise? How would you negotiate, how would you negotiate even your time? So negotiation is very, very important. And once you become a master of communication, then you become a master of negotiations too. I mean, really, I can go on and on about the benefits of learning NLP, but I'm trying to stay within an hour. We're almost getting there. Okay, briefly, here are some of the benefits reported by our graduates that they have experienced and achieved personally. I'm just going to go through them. Briefly, and if I need to stop, I'll stop. They reported that they gained control of their lives, learned to use language with a greater precision and grace with self and with others. Also, they learned powerful outcomes and they set powerful outcomes and goals in their life and strategies and about and how they achieve them too. They started their own successful business or increased their business results, got clarity with respect to the top values that are driving their lives, and provided them in a new direction in life. Also helped them to understand their core belief, which what we call rules of success, that are driving failures and success in their lives, and redefined their success criteria to live a happy and meaningful life. And this is when I mentioned before, the lots of people, they take this as a spiritual development, not just personal and career development. Also, it helped them to resolve conflicts within their business and in their personal life, overcome frustrating barriers in their personal life and business relationships, gained greater confidence to explore and move towards their dreams, increased their earning and income, also set up training businesses, eliminated limiting beliefs, and set up powerful beliefs. They learned how to create instant rapport with others, improved their public speaking skills to a whole new level, changed unwanted behavior, increased business sales, learn self-coaching and how to coach others effectively, got skills to use persuasive language to get results, improved leadership skills, set up coaching and consulting businesses, become famous and successful influencers, including successful world-class motivational speakers, life coaches, fitness trainers, podcasters, YouTubers, and famous online influence. Really, the list goes on, but I'm just gonna continue because of time. Okay, so what does it mean to become a qualified NLP master practitioner? With the qualified master practitioner with us, with the MindTech Institute, or through the MindTech Institute? Well, you're not only gonna be a world-class coach or consultant, but also you'll receive a globally recognized qualification. All our certificates are recognized worldwide. You'll be certified by one of the most recognized institutes in the world. Hence, we have mti.edu.au. Edu stands for education, and edu is only granted for recognized institute. That's why if you go to any university, any university website, you'll find they have .edu, and the AU because our headquarters is in Australia. So this is about our qualification. You will learn how to master today's most powerful professional skill for creating fast and lifelong behavioral changes in your life as well as in others. So this program is 100% online. You can log in and study at your own pace. It's not like those Zoom training where you have to wake up 2 a.m. because the trainer, his or her time is 10 a.m. in their country, in their time zone. So, no, this is different. This is 100% online. You can just log in and study whenever you want. The faster you study, the faster you finish. But don't do that. I mean, do whatever you want. We adore freedom, but this is your opportunity to learn. No one is chasing you. You have enough time to complete the course, and please enjoy it. Enjoy it. This is a lifetime opportunity. We also run this program a few times a year in few different countries through a 9 days workshop. You can visit our website and click on the event page to see the time and location for our next event and where it's going to be. Maybe next event, next workshop, it will be in your country or somewhere close to you. And of course, you can email us anytime at info@themindtechinstitute.com for more information. So after you complete this training, you'll get a globally recognized certificate where you can actually go and start your own coaching and consulting practice and charge clients to help them to change their lives. By the way, this is not only for people who wants to get out there and open their own practices and become, consultants, and also not for people. We have too many people, they learn NLP not to create another stream of income. This is also for people who wants to master the power of their mind and learn how to influence themselves and, of course, influence others. The fact is 70% of people who enroll in our NLP practitioner, master practitioner, this NLP 2-in-1, are not life coaches. They don't want to become life coaches. They don't want to become consultant. They don't want to become, into coaching and life coaching and all that. They do it because they want to create an impact in their lives and the lives of people around them. So, of course, you enroll in this course now to gain the knowledge, the tools and experiences you need to create fast and lifelong behavioral change in yourself and others. And even you can launch a successful, rewarding, and impactful coaching and consulting practice. There is nothing wrong with that. Lots of people do it too. It depends what you want to do. So this program is for everyone. You can take this as if you're a boss, if you're a CEO, if you're a parent, and bring this powerful tools into your life to help elevate stress. You can help to get rid of anxiety, overcome bad habits, and achieve better results in life and success. So not just for yourself, it's for people around you, for the people who also you care about and you truly love. So we're giving a superpower here. You can help to heal and uplift others. So this is not just to go out there and make money, although you can if this is what you want to. I encourage you to do that if this is what you want to. But most people who enroll in this course are leaders, managers, CEOs, business owners, marketers, fitness trainers, not just people who want to become coaches and consultants, because as you go through this course, you also go through the behavioral change. You go through the positive reinforcement. You will learn how to deal with things when you're overwhelmed and when you're stressed, your body become healthier. So if you did this without even the intention of applying it with a single or other person, it's still worth your time because you will benefit from it and you will transform. Now, here's a brief of what you will learn in our NLP Master, NLP Practitioner and Master Practitioner. Keep in mind, this training program, this NLP program, we cover over 100 subjects. So here are some of the subjects. I'm not going to go into them one by one. That's 100 subjects, but I'll stop whenever, there is something to comment on. These are some of the subjects. So first, you will learn swish pattern. Swish pattern is an amazing, amazing tool. You can take an unwanted habit and you can replace a bad habit with, let's say, for example, you have procrastination. So you can replace procrastination with something else. And if you're familiar with Dan Brown, he's my favorite stage and street hypnotist. He's amazing. The work he does is amazing. And I'm not sure if he's still doing shows, but you can find them. Darren Brown, he uses lots of NLP hypnosis, and from NLP, he uses a lot of swish pattern. So the swish pattern is break an automatic or break a behavior and replace it with something else instantly. So you can use this for problems such as to stop smoking, anger management, public speaking, self-confidence, self-esteem, procrastination, and again, is to replace an unwanted habit with a better and useful one. You will learn also building rapport. Again, building rapport is one of the most important thing you need to influence others. And rapport building, you get friendly with other people. You'll also be able to access resourceful states. This is by itself is a gold mine. Imagine if you can access all the resources that you have in mind. Look, we are all equipped to become successful. We are all equipped to become anything you want in your life. These all our programs in us. So this is what we call resources. So you'll be able to access those resources and utilize them for your own benefit. Also, you'll be able to eliminate unwanted habits. You'll be able to change mistakes into experiences through also the same process. Anchoring. Anchoring, where can I start? Anchoring is to add a specific external event to an internal experience or state. So me personally, I've noticed it's been used a lot in advertisement in the last, I would say, maybe 10 years. Basically, you add, for example, a sound, a touch, a smell, or anything as a trigger. And every time they say that word or that tone or trigger, or maybe the smell or something, it will activate that trigger in you. It will take you back to the first state. Very, very powerful tool for influence and also for healing. You see, as I always give this example, anchor can be placed even on the physical body, can be placed mentally, and can be placed even on the physical body. This is an example. If you have a place that you're ticklish from, let's say, you're ticklish under your arms, for example. If someone grabs you and, tickles you, you start laughing like Elmo. But why? Why? There is no extra senses there. There's nothing biological extra there. Why? Why do you laugh from here? Why are you so ticklish under your arms? That's because probably when you were a child, when you were in the cradle, one of your parents or siblings or whoever, they started doing this under your arm, or maybe he or wherever you ticklish from, and at the same time they were laughing. So they were laughing at the same time they doing this. So your programs, your mind, it programmed this thing, this tickling or this spot, actually, this place under your arm as a place for laughter. That's why, most of people, they do things they don't even know why they do it. So every time now you've been touched there, you start laughing. But really, there is no extra senses there. And biologically, you shouldn't be laughing. But you're laughing because someone placed the anchor there. Now, with NLP, the powerful thing of NLP, and I know I mentioned this before, we have in another webinar, we have few in the past, who knows, maybe we'll get more in the future. So we have a few professionals, their profession is called sex therapist. And this is an actual profession. You study years in, university. So what they do, actually, they help people, very, very rewarding career. And I really, respect them for that. So what they do, they actually help people with sexual issues. And can you imagine how many marriages they saved? So, few of them, they reported back to us, they told us that the number one technique they use with their clients is anchoring. You see, anchoring, if you have an anchor on your body, we can amplify it, we can make it very powerful, very sensitive, and we can deactivate it, and we can make it less sensitive. So what I'm going to tell you now, I know that you're going to understand me. And if you don't, then you'll find everything in the NLP program. So you have a place in your body that is very sensitive. And it is nice that it's sensitive, but at the same time, it's not serving you well in, during sex, let's say. So that sensitive place, what you can do through NLP, you can make it less sensitive. So you turn down the sensitivity, as much as you want, or you can get rid of it. Then that sensitive place, which shouldn't be that sensitive, it will help you to have a different experience. So this is what anchoring. And again, anchoring, it could be mental. I'm not sure if you heard the other webinar or if you watched the other webinar, but with anchoring, let's say, for example, this is another mental anchor. Let's say, for example, you're driving your car on a beach and then you heard a song, and then fast forward 10 or 20 or 30 years later, you heard that song again, and then straight away it took you back to the beach. Because when you were driving on that beach and you heard that song, you had other emotions involved while you're listening to that song. So probably you saw some colors, probably you heard some noise, maybe people cheering, of course with the song that you're listening to, and maybe you smelled something which is olfactory. You smelled I don't know, the sunscreen, coconut smell. You smelled the water. You smelled something, and overall you felt very happy. So you're automatically anchored that state of feeling happy and feeling joyful. But what really locked that anchor was that song you heard while you were driving. So this completed the whole thing, and then it locked it. And then fast forward 30 years later, you heard that song and it took you back to the beach. This is what a mental anchor is, and this is how they use it in advertisement. So they play the song, or they play the tune, or they play the music, or whatever it is for that brand, and every time you hear that song, or you hear that tone, or you hear that tune, or music, or you see that color, or you see that symbol, it goes back to that brand. And in marketing, this is an excellent brand awareness technique. Anchoring. Very, very, very powerful. And you will learn the whole thing during this course. Strategies. Strategies in NLP is a formula of how we process information for response, or a specific response that you want. We have strategies for absolutely everything in life. For how we learn, decide things, get motivated, communicate, make purchases, fall in love, everything, really everything. And these strategies are very unconscious, at least very unconscious to us. In this course, you will learn how to find someone's strategies, reprogram them, and get different responses. Let me give you a quick example about strategies. We way past an hour. I really apologize, but not long. So let's say, for example, if I want to sell you a t-shirt, or if I want to sell you anything, if I want to sell you a car, not just a t-shirt, let's just make it a little bit more different. So if I want to sell you a car, and then I ask you, this is a nice t-shirt. And you say, oh, thank you. I'll say, nice. How did you pick it? Why did you buy it? What made you buy it? And then you say, well, I saw it in a window, and then I liked it, so I bought it. Now, if I am a tricksy salesman, then I can sell you straight away. How? Because you told me I saw it, then I know your prime directive or your buying strategy is based on visual, because you told me I saw it. But if you told me, well, I just tried it and it felt good, then I know that you're kinesthetic. So I can sell you the car based on your kinesthetic feeling. If you told me, well, I heard people say it's good quality, and I bought it. Aha, you're auditory. Then I know that I can get you some social proof and I can sell you the car. But how did I do it? The simple and briefly is when I pitch the car back to you, I feed you back your own strategy, your own buying strategy. If you told me I bought this t-shirt because I saw it and it looked good, then my sales pitch about the car, I will feed you back that strategy to you, and everything I'll tell you about the car is, look how great it looks. You look great in the car. You look amazing in the car. You look. It seems amazing. You seem amazing in the car. So why? If you're visual, that's how I do it. And this is one element of the strategy. If you're auditory, for example, I will tell you, listen to that engine, how it sounds. Listen to that stereo in the car. Look at this and listen to this. And if you're kinesthetic, if you're feeling, I'll tell you, feel the leather in the car. Feel the material. Feel the metal. Everything is about feeling. And if you're auditory, for example, I can also say, which is internal dialogue. It's part of auditory. Internal dialogue. If you tell me, well, I heard people talking about it, then I can get you all the social proof. Look who's driving this car. Look who talks about this car. This public figure, is driving or she's driving this car. Do you know who's driving this car? Blah, blah is driving this car. And then this is how I can sell you the car. Feed you back your own strategy. The same thing works with everything we do in life. So there is a love strategy. I really don't want to say this, and we really don't have time, but love strategy, you can find out how the other person falls in love and you can feed them back the same strategy. So if someone falls in love, the primary, directive of falling in love is, let's say, look, or let's say what the person wears or their personality or whatever, then you can feed them back their love strategy, and then they will see you as they like, because now you fed them back their love strategy, and now they see you exactly what they want. I don't want to get into details about this because you have to learn, you have to go through the ethical segment in our course before I go into this. But everything you do is strategy, and strategies are very powerful. In NLP, you'll be able to master that skill. So this is the world's most advanced and effective NLP certification program you can find anywhere. And I am, again, very, very confident about this. And those were just some of the subjects that we will cover during the course. There is still so much more you will see during the course. I wish I can cover everything here, but just because of the time, if you're looking for, in my opinion, if you're looking for the number one complete program to change your life and actually start living, not just surviving in today's changing and uncertain times, if you're looking for that way of or for achieving success and live a life that you always wanted, then you are in the right place right now and the right time. Look, my experience, I've done psychology for the past almost 2 decades. My experience, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent and wasted dreams. The saddest thing in your life is to live your life and wake up one day and you say, that's not what I wanted. I've seen it. I've seen it with people. Some people told me yesterday I was 30 years old, and just within the blink of an eye, I woke up and I saw myself, I'm 70. And this is not the life that I wanted. I knew I could do more, but I didn't have the chance. I didn't have the opportunity. I didn't have. So that made me so sad. And I worked with lots of people on their deathbed. So I know exactly what I'm telling you here. And this is really, really sad. Living your life and not living the life that you wanted. And you have no idea how fast time can be. So if this is what you want, if you want to live your life as you always wanted, if you want the life that you always dreamt to have, you are now in the right time and the right moment. I want to tell you right now, because of the recent changes and because of the old way of NLP has been taught and perceived, which is used to work back in the 80s and the 90s and probably the early 2000s. But compared to the new way, where everything is simplified and can be done with even less time and less efforts, NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, is not new. But what is new is where we live and how we live right now. There was no social media 15 years ago. MySpace, of course, maybe you remember MySpace, but let's say 20 years ago, there was no social media. Communication was different. 10 years ago, we didn't have the same social media as we have now. We didn't have the same memes. I'm a millennial, and I know exactly the time where these memes started. So you can't have the same type of communication with people in the 80s and the 90s as you do now. That's why I said this is the most advanced, up-to-date neuro-linguistic programming you can ever find. And it's based on general psychology, business psychology, social and behavioral science, as well as hypnosis. I'm going to show you this complete NLP program and techniques. And I've condensed years of hypnosis, psychology, and social and behavioral science in just days. Can you imagine how powerful that would be? The things you will learn during this course will make you second guess everything you do in your entire life. And you're gonna wish that you started learning this or you knew about this ages ago. And again, not everyone enrolls in this powerful NLP program wants to become a consultant or a coach. This program is for everyone. If you're in business, if you're in management, if you're in sales, in marketing, in education, in therapy, in fitness, in coaching, in politics, public relations, the media, if you're just parents, this program is for you. And the results that everyone gets are phenomenal, are magical, are amazing. Because this program really will transform you and will transform other people too. And you'll find great joy inside you, great satisfaction when you help others to change and to transform too. So after you finish this program, you'll feel more confident too. You'll feel more confident. You'll feel highly prepared to start your own successful, high-paid coaching consulting practice. Why? Because we will teach you how to do that during the course. We'll teach you how to do that during this program. And if you're already a coach and if you're already doing any kind of therapy, now you can enhance your current set of skills while setting yourself apart from other therapists or other coaches in your field. So if you work in sales, now you'll be able to sell better, especially after you learn anchoring and how to elicit strategies. If you work in business, now you have a better management, leadership, and communication, and as well as presentation skills to achieve better results and better outcome. If you work in the media or if you work as an influencer or even in radio, podcast, YouTube, or even in marketing, now you will learn and master the art of communication and influence. And make sure when you use anchoring, you use it in an ethical way. So also, if you work in education, training, or even if you want to become a motivational speaker, now you have the biggest opportunity to learn the best and most powerful skills to deliver your point across effectively, and also how to change people's life. NLP is a very powerful tool for everyone, regardless of what you do, your work, and regardless of your background. But how can this be done? Well, looking back, I realized my greatest growth, breakthroughs, and even success, or success creation, I would say, came from one big decision. Came from one big decision. That big decision, I'm gonna share with you in a moment, and this is gonna be fun. No holding back, especially in-depth training. I'm sharing as much as I can here, of course, but this is just the tip of the iceberg, and I really want to show you how to get more of this powerful knowledge, more tools like this, more powerful strategies and techniques to jump in on it, and to jump in on this too, not just thinking about it. So speaking of thinking about it, as I always ask, what's the next step towards success? Now I'm asking you, here's the camera. What's the next step towards success? What do you need to do? What's the next step you need towards success to become successful? One answer, one word: take action. You need to take action. And this is how success is made now. By taking action. So when we take action, what's the first step of success? Take the first step. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just to take step in action, or in faith, as Martin Luther King Jr. said, I think. So that's why I am so excited today, because I want to give you the how I created this most advanced, up-to-date NLP training program, step by step, and then I've been teaching it for at least 12 years successfully. The strategies, the techniques in this training have changed lots of people's lives, had changed many people's lives. And this NLP program includes other subjects from 5 other courses. And really, if I put them all together, they worth $18,000. If I put everything together that I put in this course, they worth $18,000. This training came up magical and changed so many people's lives. We used to run it 4 times a year, by the way, in a few different countries pre-COVID. But now you have the opportunity now to get it here right now at a discounted offer, since you stayed till the end, and as I promised. So what's going to happen? You will learn cutting-edge neuro-linguistic programming techniques to confidently and successfully achieve health, wealth, success, happiness, love, and peace that you always wanted, you're always trying to achieve. More than 100 subjects to turn your whole life around. And now you get the whole NLP training online with step-by-step, 100% online, not Zoom calls, not 100% online at your own time, at your own pace. Here's the question. Would you pay $18,000 for this? I think when I look back, I'll pay whatever price for NLP. Really, I would pay whatever price for, because of what NLP have done for me, and of course have done for others, because also of the return investment, really. But you have to make a decision, and you're not going to pay $18,000. Not today. Not even close. you will get this whole complete NLP training practitioner and master practitioner certification program. And you won't be paying any extras for bonuses that included in the course and the certification. It's all in one package. You enroll in today and you get the whole NLP online training, all the modules, all the units, the whole entire thing in one package. If you enroll while watching this webinar, just click below on the link and you will get it not for $18,000 or $10,000, not even $7,000, not even for $5,000, or not even for $3,000. But you will get it only for $19.90. You will get the practitioner and the master practitioner levels, both of them for $19.90. That's even cheaper than one level. Can you imagine that? You'll get them both for $19.90 if you enroll now. And of course, if you enroll now while watching this webinar, because there is a code you need to put while checking out. Anyway, so why I'm doing this special thing now, because you had special invite, and of course, to be here you need a special invite. So what you need to do, you need to click on the online course. You need to click on the link below and enter the code. I'll put it somewhere here. Web NLP. WEB NLP. So you enter this code upon checkout and you will get it only for $19.90. Now, I know you can share this code. If you do, I don't mind. But you watched this webinar and you were here. So this is your award. This is for you because you're taking action. You worked for this. But at the end of the day, I don't mind. But this is your award. If you would like to share it, that's fine with me. But consider this is your award, and that was your calling. You're here because you have a calling. So this is your award. Now, okay, how to make your investment back while you're still in the program? First, you will increase in your energy. There will be increase in your energy, confidence, cognition, and can create 2 to 10 times impact in your daily performance at your current work or business or job or whatever. Even if you own a business, the impact you will create, it will be 2 to 10 times more. Also, you will remove blocks that are holding you back from fulfilling your potentials. And this is very, very important. Nothing is worth more than time. Time is your biggest asset. Really. Time is, if you lose money, you can get it back. If you lose a friend, you can get it back. If you lose a partner, you might get it back. But if you lose time, how can you get it back? So this training, it removes blocks that might be standing in your way to feel your full potential, to live the life that you want. This is the investment. This is the return investment that I was talking about. And also, you can help others as a certified coach. So because you become a certified master NLP practitioner, there is a survey that of practicing coaches show that they are able to add $70,000 to $100,000 and more to their annual income. Now, imagine if you're working with clients and you're working as a life coach, and you're helping people through your practice as a life coach, and you're making money like that, and also you have your own business on the side. I'm sure you can make even more than that. Now, of course, it differs from each country. Some countries are different. The currency is different. But at the end of the day, it will all be probably equally the same based on the economy of wherever you are. So what do you need to do? Take action now and secure your spot now. If you enroll for $19.90, you'll even get instant access to this course where you can start changing your life and other people's life right away. So you enroll now, you can access the content right away. Let's add something on that. Really, let's add something on that. Enroll now, and also you will have the option to only pay $9.95 now and $9.95 when you reach the middle of the course. How good is that? Really, how good is that? If I had a program like that, and if I had all these options back in the days, I will be so grateful. Really, I will be so grateful. We never had programs like that. No one ever provided something like that back in my days. So now you have the opportunity. If you enroll right now, you pay $9.95, you can pay now, and then you can pay the rest later. Now, in the middle of the course, probably, I don't know, could be 2-3 months. It depends how fast you go in the course. So if you cannot pay the whole $19.90 right now, you can only pay $9.95 now and $9.95 later. Really, this is an amazing option. If I had the chance back in the days for something like that, I'll definitely go for it. You'll find this option on the payment page. Really, you won't miss it. So if you're interested also in hypnosis and hypnotherapy training, or if you would like to become a master life coach, which I think it's a better option if you ask me. I mean, if you pay $19.90 for this, and I'm not sure how much we're running the master life coaching program, which you will add another 2 courses on it. So you will have NLP Practitioner, NLP Master Practitioner. You will have life management training, which is an amazing course. And also advanced presentation training. All these together combined, I'm not sure how we're running the course for, but I think it will probably be the price of one NLP I think it's the price of an NLP practitioner level. I don't know. Hurry up. If you want this, take action now and find if you want to become a master life coach. And most of our master life coaches didn't even enroll to become coaches. They just want it for personal development and career development. You learn lots of skills. So you learn the NLP, that what I explained now. Add on that the life management training, which is a massive course and really amazing course. If you love those breakthroughs, and I want to say more than that, life management is your course. And if you want to become better at public speaking and all that, then definitely the advanced training, presentation training is also your course. So now imagine you have all these courses in one course called Master Life Coaching Program. And you'll be fully certified as a Master Life Coach too, globally recognized as a Master Life Coach. Anyway, so if you're interested in any of those courses, you can visit themindtechinstitute.com and click on the online courses tab. You will find all the courses there, and you choose the course that you want with the bundles. And of course, if you have any questions, if you cannot find any link, any question, you can email us at info@themindtechinstitute.com. I'll leave the email somewhere here. So what do you need to do? What is the next step to your success? Success is very close. What do you need to do? Take action now. Enroll in this course now, or enroll in the Master Life Coaching training and get the discount. You have no more excuses. And then this is your success. This is your time. This is your time. This is your opportunity. Take action now. Anyway, I'm so happy and it's been wonderful seeing you all here. Thank you everyone for being here. And I wish you a good morning, a good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Doesn't matter where you are. Wish you all the best. Bye.